Look, this is showing you the corporate influence and how they use Masonic symbolism to tell you who really owns everything. Me. Because I took all their keys. And ain't nothing they can do about it. Look. All of these are symbols. Look. These are dressed like Moors in Spain. They still wear the same clothes. These are those half-breed offshoots that they use to perpetuate the tyranny. See, I'm going to show it to y'all so there's no room for, I wonder if it's the case. You know, another look at it. So we can trace the Khazarians back to Spain as half-breed Semi who adopted the Judaic religion. So Dr. Clark asks, what exactly is a Jew? That's what Europeans call Moors. Okay, now we're getting into Lord Seth. Because remember, this is who Sin was. Sin was Seth. Right? Seth, N, is Satan. Right? Seth hyphen E-N, which is Lord Seth. Right? So, who is he? It says he's a god of chaos, fire, deserts, trickery, storms, envy, disorder, violence. Disorder, divide and conquer is what that is. Violence. And foreigners in ancient Egyptian religion.
Major section of the New Testament. He is supreme in the realm of evil.
Right, so this is your Satan, it's Lord Seth. That's what they're not telling you. And Lord Seth is Nanarsian. But Nanarsian was replaced by Marduk, who sat in as the interim. That's why he stayed in the background, because he didn't want to be rebelled against. In the Osiris myth, the most important Egyptian myth, Seth is portrayed as the usurper. The usurper, the underminer. That's Jacob. Remember, Jacob means the supplanter, and a usurper is an illegitimate or controversial claimant to power, often but not always in a monarchy. In other words, a person who takes the power of a country, city, or established region for himself without any formal or legal right to claim it as his own. A usurper can rise to power in a region by often unexpected means. All right, and they say he killed and mutilated his own brother Osiris. Right, so this is Seth. This is your Satan, Lord Seth. So you get to know who it is. Now that you know who that's who rule the world right now. But his reign is up. Now, the reason why they're able to use the laws on you is this. This is called a Roman Maxima law. And in the free will universe, this is the way that they was able to get to trick you without consequences. The word mundus vult decipi, ergo decipiatur, which Latin phrase means the world's want to be deceived, so let it be deceived. That means that everybody want to be lied to. Right? Now, how do that translate into modern American Judaica or law? 11:44 start time. Excuse me, 10:44. It's an Angel Bay flip. We 10 toes down off of Peace Stone Nation. So I'm gonna do these invites. We ain't gonna get this shit on the flow. Hopefully this is a short video. I'm not really in no video mood. I'm not in no mood for this bullshit. I need to be somewhere where I can focus. I gotta see what the fuck these motherfuckers doing, and I'm seeing it. So I'm about to tell y'all what I see. When all of the underground shit cleaned up, where you think it gotta go next? It gotta come to the surface. And even underground in tunnels, getting motherfuckers that don't look like humans off this planet, slaying literal beasts. They've been getting rid of the genetically modified foods of all sorts. You see them floating up in rivers and lakes, and they all the same fish in one lake. They GMO. When you see them destroying crops, it's GMO. What you about to see now is these people they finna kill in mass. It's GMO. They genetically modified organisms. How do you know that? Because they refuse to think. Genetically modified organism is strictly reactive and reactionary to external stimuli. I'm not going to do a whole lot of invites because I really don't feel like doing this video. But mama said I got to come tell y'all what's going on. So, heads up. Gang peep gang. So those with the eyes to see, let them see. And those with the ears to hear, let them hear. And the rest of them, let them die, because that's what they're here for, to die. They here to die, to wake up the ones that's supposed to be here. You know, I mean, shit. The sisters in call for it now, by right of the earth right, shock and awe, to shock you motherfuckers awake. Whatever it takes, that's what that means. And so the devil want to try to hold on to his rule. The only way he can hold on to power, but he can't. His power is up. That shit a wrap. We done seen through it, took him to hell. But now we gotta be vigilant, because we gonna want to tear some shit up because of two things. We waking up to a higher vibrational frequency that don't tolerate that low level bullshit. When you understand that, you know you feel exactly like you're supposed to feel when you tear shit up as a human. But as your God self, you have to override the impulse to go run into the slaughter. Don't be like the buffalo and dive off the cliff with the first motherfucker that jumped. So I'm going to do a couple more invites here, and I'm going to try to see if we can't clear some shit up for y'all. Alright, that's it. Whoever ain't in here, they can catch up on the replay. And so, I got a couple of things people that's been asking me over the last couple days. I might as well add that in here too. Before I get into this devil gonna fight back, and y'all think he wasn't? This motherfucker been had his foot on the necks of humanity for over fucking 12,000 years in one way or another. So you think he not gonna fight back when it come time for this motherfucker to surrender his power? Don't believe that. He ain't never stopped fighting. He ain't never stopped deceiving. He ain't never stopped lying. He ain't never stopped sending motherfuckers on dummy missions, and motherfuckers did never stop going on dummy missions. I'm not doing dummy missions. I don't believe in sending a bunch of innocent kids to get fucked up in the name of some stupid shit. I ain't with that. So, first, the brother wanted me to go into, how do you get into the mental mind work, the framework of mind, where when you ascended, what do you need to do? How do you alter your mind? How do you control your own mind? The first thing you have to do is question every thought. Oh, I ain't going nowhere. I'm always on the scene. I'm just behind the scenes trying to see what the devil doing so I can come back and tell y'all what's the signs in the ethers. So anyway, look at here. When you get to a point where a motherfucker constantly poking your emotions and you falling for it, and you suddenly realize every time a motherfucker do something to stir your emotions, you fuck some shit up. And it create a bad condition for you. That means that you emotionally driven more than you can think about it. Your intellectual or your emotional IQ don't match your intellectual IQ. So your mind gonna send you to do some dummy shit off you how you feel. The next thing I'm gonna touch on is to alter that, you have to know if your feeling is in context. How am I supposed to feel when I see a police with his knee on the nigga neck? How am I supposed to feel about that? I'm supposed to be pissed the fuck off. I'm supposed to want to tear some shit up. That means that the devil know what buttons to push. Right? Yeah, I'm on it. I'm seeing the numbers flipping. All these zeros and ones, we counting up. We just the binary flip that y'all doing, whether y'all aware of it or not. Look, Saturn rings ain't going nowhere. They building the Saturn rings as we speak, and that's not their planet. They're not even from this solar system. The Saturn imagery was used because Saturn used to be referred to as a black sun, but it wasn't Saturn they was talking about. It was Nibiru. But it was figuratively being used to describe the alignment of the 10 Sephra. When you align the 10 orbs, the 10 suns, they all make a different sun called the black sun. All it is a refracted spiritual essence coming back together as a black sun. It's all of your 10 Sephra. Each one of them hold a spiritual lesson on awareness of self. So when you look at the Kabbalistic tree, what did they do with the Kabbalistic tree to fuck us up? They cut us off from the tree. Remember? The tree of life. And they told them in the book of Genesis, they already ate from the tree of the knowledge of the good and the evil. We gonna throw them motherfuckers out before they eat from the tree of eternal life and become like one of us and live forever. That's a problem to me. I want this tree of life. I want to know where it's at. I didn't know it was part of who I was that they cut me off from. So now I'm going to tell y'all what the fuck the tree of life is. When you line up your 10 chakras or Sephra with your crown and your base chakra, you create a series of light mirrors, and they go in all different directions, crisscross up. As you learn your life lessons, you activate them. Well, now it's to the point where they're activating whether you learned your lessons this time or not. Because of that, a lot of us is experiencing the symptoms, the itching, the headaches, the neck, stiff neck right here, the sore lower back right here. That's because those two pumps are tired. They don't get used much. So when you start moving that sacred secorum or that sacred secretion from your base of your spine and your pelvic back plate up through the sides of your spine on each side till it reaches your crown and wake you the fuck up on another level, then you're going to experience those pains because it's the same as working out. Yep, a lot of us go through that. That low back pain, you have a pump. Now, a couple days ago, me and Portia both shared some videos to help with understanding how to assimilate these symptoms. One of them that she did was a doctor named Mantak Chia, who wrote a book called Sexual Energy Ecstasy, who tells you how to activate your pumps and your other brain called your gut. Most people don't know their stomach, the seat of the emotions, is a brain, but it's an emotive brain. It's not an intellectual brain. It's just as smart as the intellectual brain, but it's smart different. Yep, we're going to have a lot of that. You're going to have in the middle of your back, it's going to feel like you got a sharp spike stuck in between your shoulder blade. And you're going to keep saying, what is this pain right here in the center? That's your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is going to be waking up, causing it to feel like somebody's stabbing you in the back between your shoulder blades. And it's going to be a nagging pain there. That's the normal. Expect that shit. We ain't finna fall for the shenanigans now. For the ones who diet woke, I don't know what to tell them. You gotta figure this shit out. Just remember when women wear white to the water, the reflection of the sun off the white onto the water amplifies water woman magic. If y'all don't know what that means, it ain't for y'all. Because all of the women that's out there listening know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. They know exactly what it means. Without anybody having to go into detail, they know what they need to do because they got the internal call to perform these functions. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on that because I want to get on this shock and awe that's about to come. The shock and awe is based on the fact that for us to lose the planet. Well, fuck that shit. We don't lose. Mama said when she come back that she want her daughters on their motherfucking deen. For y'all in Islam, y'all know what they deen is. Sirata Mustaqim, the straight and narrow. But it don't mean straight and narrow like the Islamic world tell you. It means they want them following their life path to their best life without the restrictions and interruptions from the construct of mortals in the form of politics, rogue science, and toxic ideologies being spread through the community. So in order to get this shit right, because you know, when mama on her way home, the kids get to cleaning up real fast, right? So we got all these visitors over here. We trying to get them out the house for mama get home. They don't want to leave. So now we got a big ass fight about to break out. Because none of her kids want these motherfuckers to be here when mama get home because they don't want her pissed off. So analyze that shit. You remember when you was little, when you trying to hurry up and get the house clean for mama get home? Well, mama's standing down the street. She's in the car looking at pamphlets and shit, stalling for time because you motherfuckers don't want to wake up. Well, she just called and said, I'm on my way home. Whoever ain't got this shit right now, they're going to be fucked up. So the whole trick now is to get you so emotionally caught up that you do that dumb shit. Now, I told y'all the last video, I said, look, that whole protest was scripted by George Soros and his Black Lives Matter conglomerate. The whole, nobody that looked like us started, but I told y'all I wasn't going to start with no motherfuckers that look like us. We not going to be the ones set this shit off. And it had to happen that way because white people sick of other white people racist shit too. They tell me all the time if they knew how to get rid of other people white racist bullshit, they would have done it a long time ago. They just don't know how to fight the power. Well, goddamn it, I'm a public enemy. Label me Chuck D. I know how to fight the fucking power. That means don't fall for their shenanigans. Now they're going to try to bait y'all in the street with this martial law. Don't fall for it. It's all a trick. Right? Now, I'm all with the tear up shit. Don't get me wrong 1 second. I'm with tearing shit up. I'm with blowing motherfuckers to smithereens, chopping off the heads of the devil. I'm with all that shit. But I ain't with none of that shit if I'm not going to win. I ain't with none of it if I'm not going to win. And I'm not with none of that shit if it's going to put the devil in the position to continuously oppress us. I ain't with it no more. So now we got to figure out another way. So it's more than one way to skin the cat. So we balance out the scales spiritually. We balance them out emotionally. We balance them out mentally and psychologically. So the only thing left is to physically balance this shit. This shit is about to take off and it's about to hurt. It's shock and awe. That means whatever it takes for to wake these motherfuckers up about to happen, we already agreed on it. It's already at critical mass. Ain't no stopping this shit. Y'all got two options. Wake up or stay asleep permanently. It don't matter to me one way or another. That's not what my concern is, to make sure that the ones that want to wake up have the knowledge available so that they understand what they're going into. Because when you know what you're going into, you're more prepared to deal with the circumstances and the conditions